Hey art friends, in this video I want to show you how I made thousands of dollars selling art prints and how I'm pretty sure that you can too. And here's the kicker, I'm going to show you exactly how to get high quality art prints for just 29 cents each. No kidding. And that means one weekend I spent $29 on art prints and I made about $1,471 in just that one weekend alone. Somebody in the comments of one of my other videos was like, damn DJ, you're giving away the secret sauce. And that's because I feel like there's plenty of abundance for everybody. And we all need to share as artists and not kind of like hold our secrets. So here comes some more secret sauce. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video because it helps YouTube send it to more artists just like you. In this video, I'm going to use my experience of going to Comic-Cons and art shows as the example, but I want to make it clear that you don't need to do that. You can do it simply online with an Etsy shop, or maybe put the same money that you would put into table space at a show into some online ads to promote your online shop. At some of my first comic shows and small events, I was paying way too much for prints because I thought they had to be like a superior quality or that there was some special magic that must cost more to have a higher quality. I can't recall exactly how much I spent, but I know that I took a loss on those prints early on. I think there were some services out there selling high quality prints for like $5 to $10 a piece and, calling them Giclée prints. Now that word Giclée sounds pretty fancy, and there are services out there that actually charge to have Giclée prints made for you. But it turns out that's pretty much BS. Giclée is just a fancy word for inkjet printing. But regular customers and consumers don't know that. They hear that word and they think, "Whoa, Giclée, I must have the Giclée prints." Apologies if you're selling Giclée prints. I don't really care. I'm just calling it as it is. And sure, you can save a little bit of money printing your own prints at home with a inkjet printer, your own Giclée prints. But even that can get a little costly or messy, or things go wrong, print heads get stuck, this consistency is just off. And this is the story about how I discovered the secret of getting these high quality art prints on super nice paper for just 29 cents. It sounds too good to be true, but I promise you it is true. I'm going to show you. So one year at a Comic-Con, I was having some small talk with some of my Artist Alley neighbors and some of the fantasy artist painters there that have really high quality prints. And I was kind of just gauging like, where do they get their suppliers from? Like, who are they using to print? A few of these guys are really guarded about where they get their stuff made. I always just kind of assumed that they were paying a really high quality price because these were really high quality prints. But when I told one artist in particular how much I spent per print, he just kind of looked at me like I was crazy and he almost laughed. And I think he kind of just felt bad for me. So he kind of just pointed me quietly in the right direction. So in the whispers, in the hangouts, and the after parties, I heard the real secret. And they were 3 magic words that you put together. And those are 3 magic words I'm going to share with you right now. Best value copy. The first time I heard the name of the company, I was just like, this is the most generic thing ever, guys. You're getting your prints from Best Value Copy? Bad name, but high quality prints. I thought this must not be real, but here I was holding the actual prints and thinking, these are really good prints. Maybe the name says it all. Best Value Copy. The artist I'm talking about now, he was selling his prints for like $25 a pop. And the mind-blowing thing is, it was costing him only 25 cents then to print his prints. And that means he was making a 9,900% markup, a profit of 24.75 cents on every sale. So clearly I was doing something wrong. This artist told me that he sells about 300 prints in a weekend 3-day show. So give or take, he was saying he was pulling in about $7,000 a 3-day show on just his prints alone. That did not include some of his book sales or some of the commissions that he was getting at the show. To say that this was mind-opening for me, I mean, it was mind-blowing. Before that, I was kind of in the realm of just being one of those comic creator hustlers out there in Artist Alley trying to cover my table costs. And I'd say the majority barely make their table money back and their travel costs back for doing all these shows. Some shows are good, some shows are bad. Hearing that artist could pull down that much in one weekend was great. Now, given he had been around a while, he had a fan base that comes and collects his work. But still, even if I just had a smitten of that, I'd be doing 10 times better than what I normally did at comic book shows. So I set out to do a little experiment and try it for myself. By the time the next Comic-Con had rolled around, the price had actually gone up to about 29 cents a print. So it was no longer 25 cents a print whenever he was getting his done. But I mean, come on, 29 cents an art print. I ordered 100 prints. My total cost was $29. I decided to sell those for $15 a pop. They were 11 by 14 size art prints. And sure enough, in a 3-day show, I sold them all. I made $14.71 in one weekend on my art prints alone. That did not include my art commissions and some of the stuff I was doing at the table, but my art prints sold out. I mean, wow, right? If you're finding this helpful, make sure that you like this video because it helps YouTube send it to more artists just like you. Thank you. Some words of caution here. Just because I was able to do it doesn't mean that your art style is going to sell. And it can depend a lot on what you're drawing or what you're willing to draw at these shows. For me, it was pretty much pop culture characters drawn in my style. I'll show you a few of them in a minute. If you walk around any show in any season, you're going to see what's vibing in pop culture. And sometimes smart artists, when they know a big guest is coming to a show, they'll make a print based on that fandom that's going to be there. So like maybe it's wrestlers or some kind of movie like Harry Potter or something like that. They'll make something that appeals to that crowd that is going to be at the show. There are a lot of little tricks like that that you can only really learn on the ground. And another word of caution here, Comic-Cons are basically just big pirate ships. You technically, for all intents and purposes, do not have permission to be selling trademarked character prints without a license or permission from the publishers, even though it might seem like they must allow it. This is a really slippery topic, and I think I need to talk more in depth about it in a future video. So if you'd like that, let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Anyways, just because you see other people doing it doesn't mean that you should. And please, don't become one of those annoying wall print vendors. You know the ones I'm talking about. They've got like a giant mountain of prints behind them at a show. And oftentimes the person running the booth isn't even the artist. And sometimes I've heard that they're even just stealing other people's art off the internet and reprinting it on prints. Comic-Cons have a lot of cleaning up to do. But like I told you, it's a pirate's life out there. Roll those dice at your own peril. Your best route for a sustainable art career is actually to build up your own true fans that are following your art no matter what you're drawing. Build yourself up to getting the proper licenses and the proper relationships with publishers or maybe others who own that license. Okay, I'm not going to get on a soapbox and preach to you about the ethics of Comic-Cons here. So back to best value copy here. I want to show you exactly what I mean. Let's break it down. And I'm going to walk you through the whole process here. But before I do that, I just want to show some of the prints. Like here's a... they're really thick. Can you hear that? And they're very bright and vivid. And these ones have been in storage for years. I've had these in my bucket since this video game came out. What video game is this? Overwatch. This is from Overwatch years. Mini prints. There's a little BB-8. Nice smooth finish. Beautiful, vivid printing. I was an official artist on the Walking Dead sketch cards, so I did a print of all of my single faces. There you go. It's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad, me. I like it. I haven't seen this in years either. Good job. Good job, DJ. And you can see I kind of made odd sizes too. And here's a Negan kind of destroying all of the major horror characters. I did that for a horror convention that I was at. Just really high quality prints there. They're not lying when they say that they're the best value copy. Okay, so come to bestvaluecopy.com. Yeah, it looks pretty it looks like a generic site, right? But don't worry about that. Go to color copies. You're going to scroll down here a little bit, the quantity. We're just going to go ahead and put 100 copies in. Pages, there's only one. You can get multiple prints if you want. Best print for draw or die. You're going to mark color, single-sided, page size, 11 by 17, paper stock. So you got a lot of different choices here. I went with the 120-pound silk cover coated. It's kind of a nice matte finish, non-glare look, but you can also go with a glossy print that's really beautiful too. So now we've got our costs in there, and so you can see here 29 cents each, total cost $28.68. So how are they able to get this price so small? Well, these online print services like this invest in these super big Fuji printers or Xerox machines, very high-end machines that are capable of doing thousands and thousands of prints an hour. There you go. Look at this giant printer, probably like $1 million machine. And actually, as they state, it's about 36 times the resolution quality of standard Giclée print. It's basically Giclée on steroids. And by the way, they have all kinds of other printing here: brochures, business cards, manuals, menus, newsletters, oversized posters and banners. You know, I even used this once for a job for a local museum where I kept the print costs down for the museum, and I was able to just charge them for my time, saved them money, and I benefited from being able to do giant wall-size prints. Another bonus was that these prints came super fast. I'm in Pittsburgh. I think they're in New Jersey. I got my prints within like 2 days. Some pro tips to using online services like this: I say make sure that you overprint. just in case a couple get dinged on the edges in the shipping. It's happened a couple times to me. So don't print like 100 and know that you're selling 100 or you're going to be numbering 100. Print like 120 or something like that, so that if there are a couple that get jacked, you can pitch them out. It's 29 cents gone. You simply can't beat the price. And if it continues to be a problem, you can actually do what I did there, where you can trim the edges yourself at home with a cutter. I mean, it's a little bit more effort, but you can't beat the price. And again, you also don't have to go with that 11 by 17 size. You can make your own sizes and cut them. I think I got these mini prints done up. I just gave them the size and they cut them for me. And in doing my research, I also found that you probably have a local printer near you that has one of these machines. Now, they might not offer this online as a service, but they oftentimes need to batch other orders and wait to print. So if you just go and have a conversation with the printer about what you're trying to do and the cost that you're trying to achieve, you can find a really good relationship locally, and you'll be supporting a local business as well. I really love sharing these kind of tips with other artists because I wish that I knew this sooner. And remember that there's plenty enough to go around for everyone. If you want to learn some other ways that you can make money with your artwork, I got some other videos here on this channel that I think you might dig. So check those out. Stay encouraged out there and go make some of that money with your art. And I'll see you back here real soon. It's a little ASMR.